So let's just say everything's going exactly as planned. Um, Last episode, we got this thing pressure washed, cleaned up, went and got all the lights working for the most part, right? And we did some quality troubleshooting and really got this thing looking nice, right? Well, had about enough of that. All right. So, on this episode of Pugliese Speed Shop, we're going to revert back to some things we used to do and just throw some parts at things, see if they work. Okay. Now, I realize that is not what I promised Kevin, but we're kind of at that point, right? We've we've read all the wires out. We've connected things that weren't connected, fixed a bunch of fuses, fixed a bunch of shorts, all sorts of really boring stuff. Um, and but it's worked. Everything on this thing is working 100% the way it should, except for three things. All right, the dash lights, the high beams, and the ignition switch. Those are the three. Those are three. Those are them. All right. So we got ourselves a high beam switch because we've already figured out that was bad. In fact, we figured out that's why the column is doing the little jitterbug in there, because they started doing it and they stopped. So it attaches. It's a whole thing. We'll show you. But so that's needed. We got that. The only thing I can really see that could be wrong, which I kind of figured out when we pulled the switch and the light shut off on the radio, that switch has got to be internally shorted. There's nothing else that I'm able to find. So that's what we're thinking is going on there. And as far as the ignition switch, that's something that we are not going to be able to change because, well, we can. We can absolutely change it. But there's nothing wrong with the switch, okay? The problem there is we no longer have some of those parts connected that would be used in that, right? We have, it's been swapped over from fuel injection to carburetor. So we're going to just change things up a little bit. We're going to put a little push button guy in there. She's going to be fine. She's going to be better than fine, guys. She's going to be like modern and not really. It's just going to be a different way to start it. But we're going to do that. We're going to start off by swapping out this headlight switch. I think that's going to fix the headlights or the dash lights. And it's pretty easy to do. We got the part right over here. And let's get after it. Guys, I say it all the time, right? Don't be like me. I grabbed this switch. I was about to start pulling wires. You notice how the light's on? Before you go doing that, man, I gotta lube that up. Causing more problems, disconnect the battery. Anytime you mess with electrical stuff, right? I don't know why I have such a hard time with this. It's not hard to do. And we're done, right? That's it. That's all. And we got it in there. Don't lose the bolt when you're done. Side mount problems. All right. So now we'll come back over here. Here's our switch. All right. First thing you got to do is notice how there's no this little button right here. You're going to push this guy in, and that's how you take it out. So we'll do that. See the little button right there. We'll grab this guy. It's gonna come. We'll get there, guys. This is tougher to do one-handed. Let's see if I can just rest you here. You know, my buddy Will, he was telling me, working in the yard with Will, by the way, about this little thing I should get. He's 100% right. I don't have it, but wow, that worked. So I can use two hands. Doesn't seem to be working, guys. Give me a second. And go. Nope. You son of a bitch. Why is it not coming out? It's not. We're going to get this thing one way or the other. What the? It's starting to piss me off. Okay, you pull it out. Then push it. There it is. All right, that's where I screwed up. Pull it all the way out like it's on. Then push this guy in. Wow, I really got my ass whipped. Anyways, let's start popping these little guys off. Little clippers. Something here. It's really in there. Does that guy do something? I don't know. Remember when I said this was easy? It should be. Maybe I'm making it hard. That's definitely a possibility. It's just been on there since 1989, guys. There we go. She comes right off. All in one piece. Should be about the same. We'll go verify with the other one. And, yeah, it looks about the same to me, guys. What do you think? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It's all the same. I'm going to use two hands to plug this in. I'll bring you guys back in a second. All right, guys, we got it all swapped out. Obviously, we got the battery hooked back up. And so we're looking. Let's hoping. Is that right? What? Maybe? That color there? Let's see here. No. It's just where light's in it. This light should be coming on. It's not. There's a ground issue. No. Maybe I just didn't troubleshoot it correctly. Guys, that's a solid possibility. But we seem to have the exact same thing going on here. The headlight comes on there. Parking light. Turn it away. I don't want that light just not doing anything. All right. It could have something to do with the high beam switch not being hooked up. Could have something to do with the gauges not being here with the ground. I don't know, guys. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to check the high beam switch. Might as well swap that out while we're at it. It is down here. This little fellow right there. It's going to come off of there. So we'll get that out of there. And then we'll put this whole monstrosity back together. This is... Wow. Yeah, we got some things going on there. And once we do that, we'll be able to put this back in and we'll see if it works. I don't know. Nothing else, not much else we can do. So, we'll try that. All right, before we get in there and I show you what's going on, huge shout out to Joe at Napa, because that thing is awesome. Really appreciate it. So, where were we? So there was some bolts, right? There was one here, and one right here. Pull those out, and you can see the wheel is now sitting all the way down, which is where you wanted to change the switch out. Thinking somebody kind of got lazy halfway through. Maybe they couldn't find a part, whatever, and they just threw it back in there and crammed it in, which is why we're having all these steering problems and shifting problems and everything else. So, got all this out of the way. Right in here, back here, right back there, there's a 3/8 nut that goes on that stud, and there's a bolt that goes in here that we're gonna have to find. Hopefully it's in that bag of stuff. See, we got a lot of stuff disconnected, guys, and I'm hoping the hardware is all here because you know, we're getting somebody else's project, right? This is where the dimmer switch, high beam switch, whatever you want to call it, where that was plugged in. We were able to get everything out of there without cracking anything. Little finesse there, Kev. What do you think, buddy? Huh? So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there, which is, I'm going to go through all of it because a lot of stuff's disconnected. But first, we're going to op check this thing. So, show you what we got here. There we go. Here is the old switch, right? Supposed to be clicky clicky, no clicky clicky. This guy, first you gotta pull out the little shipping safety mechanism, and then here we go, right? So clearly this one's bad, right? Nothing there. Cool. Let's not wear it out. It's not a game, okay? So this is trash, unlike this guy, because this guy might still be good. We'll toss that. We're going to hold on to this, guys, because extra parts is definitely good on Power Tour. All right, guys, so got the battery hooked back up. We got this little guy slaved in down there. That's the new dimmer switch. And what I mean by that is it's not in place. It's just plugged in, right, way out of the way before I fish it up in there to make sure everything works as it should, you know? So what we're going to do is I'm going to put you guys over here in front. You let me know if everything's working as it should be. Because I'm down here alone, you know. All right? I'm gonna fix that someday. So guys, there's a difference between dielectric grease and like white lithium grease. Dielectric grease doesn't do this. It helps with connections and all that. White lithium grease is the stuff that he should have been using on the doors the whole time so they didn't make those noises. But, well, he tried. I guess he missed. So, I got to scrape all this crap out of here. Because if you give her a couple of tappy taps, the light starts to work. Shut it off, turn it back on. No working. So, we're back on this. Thought we had this guy figured out, but these little things, guys, that it ain't cool, but you got to put in the work to get it all working. So we'll pick all this out of here. We're just going to replace the bulb and yeah, carry on from there. Hopefully, hopefully this is the last thing I do this. Tedious? Yes. Fun? No. Necessary? Yep. It's like peanut butter. It don't taste like peanut butter though. All right, guys, we've been digging at this thing for a minute, and that's about as clean as I think we're going to get it. We got, I mean, it was bad. Got us a brand new bulb. We're going to slide her on in, see how it works. Well, guys, it's working. No delay, no nothing, no, little tappy tap, whatever. Keeps it going good. It's not, I think we're good. Right? If the truck's doing this, oh man, SUV, just doing this, we got bigger problems. She's a two-wheel drive. But that's not cold. We'll put that down. We got that fixed. We'll put this back together and refocus on what we're actually working on. There we have it, guys. Everything's back to working as it should. I mean, even better than it was before, right? And I don't know what kind of grease this actually is, but it is hard, and it's like peanut butter. It's in everything, and there's way too much of it. If you got to use this much grease, something's going wrong. So if you do use a little dielectric grease, just a little tiny bit, man, just to give it a little nice little coat, we'll be good to go. And the next guy won't have to go through what I just went through. All right, guys, so we kind of like glossed over it, but the high beams are working as they should. From the angle I had you guys on, you might not have noticed, but like I could see on the wall, up, down, up, down. So they're working as they should. Let me shut this off. We kill this battery, right? So that's good. Now that we know the switch is good, we're going to mount this guy in there. Before we do that, I'm going to show you something else that it's probably going to be a pain in the ass. So here's my dilemma, or what soon will be. This is, I'll show you the high beam, right? That clips in there. Well, here's your lever, right? That got your, I don't know if you guys see it, but it ain't moving so much. So this is not where it's supposed to be. Yeah, so we got to do a little fishing. So this way it'll fall into this little hole right here and do as it's supposed to do. I guess it's supposed to probably be out like this, kind of. When this gets up in place here, let me show you. Something like that. So this should be, yeah, like in. This is really a good idea, Chaz. We got her. See, it should be in like that, right? But then when you click this, it's not doing nothing. So we got to figure out why this thing's not doing the things. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have. I really hope I don't have to pull this all apart. Hopefully I can fish her in this way, but time will tell, guys. So things have continued to escalate just a bit, right? I had to throw this back up in the same cobbled fashion it was up before, so I could pull the steering wheel off, because I wasn't able to fish anything through here. And if you notice this, guys, there was an awful lot of play in this guy here, and I think that's the issue. So, well, one of the issues. Guys, this whole area here is what you call foobarred. I don't know what somebody was doing here. They started pulling stuff. A lot of half-ass work, guys. So we're spending a lot more time in this region here than we ever planned on. So this has to come off next. I don't have the tool to compress this down to get this little ring out. I'm going to go get it, but I don't have it right now. So this is where we're going to leave it. I was messing with it. I was going to make a tool, and then I decided not to, because well, I'm kind of running out of time right now, guys. But I figured that I've been talking enough trash. I should probably go ahead and... Oh, that's not really good. Right. Do a little lubing up here, right? Why not? There you go. Maybe this will help a little bit. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Not so far. She's getting in there, guys. Sit here for about, I don't know, 6 to 8 months. That sounds really good. So she get in here now. We gotta work it out, guys. Sure glad I went and did. Oh, it's quality stuff right here, guys. You gotta love this, right? Let's see here. Well, that's feel better. What? This is awesome. We fixed something, guys. So, clearly not my grease. However, we'll put that back together. I'm going to hit everything on this guy because she's very large and things don't like to open and close. So, yeah. Guys, I've been saying for a hot minute that I need to like lube this up and I was going to fix it someday. And that the last year you should have put some white grease. Guys, this was the worst one, right? Fixed. Took like, I don't know, 30 seconds and about 30 cents worth of white grease. So went around the whole rig, did it all up. And now I can actually say that we accomplished something this episode. Because, guys, this is really... I'm not getting frustrated. I guess I am. But I'm really just... I really thought we'd be past this. You know, it's like I fixed 3 things and 2 more are broken. That kind of... It's just... Yeah. It doesn't... It just doesn't help us, guys. It's not real productive. And like you guys know, we got us a deadline. So, as much as I hate to stop right now, I kind of gotta. Got a lot going on. So, we're going to call it for this episode. We got the high beams fixed. That they work. We just need to... And that's all good there. I just got to figure out the rest of that column, which we knew the column was a problem the whole time. I'm starting to think it was more of a problem that I'm aware of, and maybe myself and Sean had no idea what was going on with it, or maybe he didn't. I don't want to think he didn't tell me, but I don't think he knew. He didn't have this thing real long. He did fix a lot of stuff. We got to take it the rest of the way, guys. And then we're going to put a cool factor on it along with that. As you guys see, we still got the dash sitting out here, so we got interior stuff coming up. We got a little bit of performance stuff coming up. If you can think this guy's going to perform, but like I've said a million times, guys, we got to get all this stuff done so we can get to the cool stuff, right? If you want to have the coolest thing in the parking lot, you better be ready to put in some work. And I said it before, it's not always the cool stuff you're working on. So we got to get through this stuff to get to the cool stuff. Hopefully you guys subscribe, like, share, tell your friends all that stuff, ring the bell, and stick around because I promise you the cool stuff is coming. Thanks for watching, guys.